that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Here's Hayward.
Oh, wow.
This is a beautiful jam.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on his heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Pia.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with... And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Pistons lead by 4. Time now for the halftime break. Here we go now. The start of the third quarter. Meeks is checked in, and Utah with a change here too. Freaks checked in. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Jody Meeks out there with Jackson, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Here's Hood. Soft touch off the glass. Hood's got 6.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Drummond. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Tonight, he's gone 3 of 6 from the line.
And the free throw line was a problem spot for him in their last game. Really struggled up there.
Yeah, you know, he had a lot of misses for him. And it looked to me as though he just never was comfortable from the foul line. And, you know, with his free throw percentage being where it was last season, it changed the way teams defended him. I mean, there were no easy baskets. He was going to get fouled anytime he got near the rim. They were going to make him earn his points at the line.
Drummond a screen. And Meeks kicks to Jackson. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
The Pistons making a change here. Morris is checked in. Booker, he's checked in for Utah. Alec Burks comes in for Rodney Hood. Burks, the pass to Clutch. Wide open. Rebound by the Pistons. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
He tries for 3. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Clutch.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Harris kicks to Jackson. Comes up empty down low.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. I mean, that's a tough break for the DME.
And then for Detroit, Andre Drummond comes in for Aaron Baines, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Reggie Jackson. Utah also making some changes with he's checked in for Favors. Hood comes in for Alec Burks, and it's Clutch in for Shelvin Mack. So on the floor for Utah, Clutch in at shooting guard. Hood out there with Booker. Then it's Jeff Withey, and it's Burke in at the point guard position.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Blink, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's Burke. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Clutch, and he nails the jumper.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Gordon Hayward. He just put it completely out of reach in the fourth quarter. It was as if he was saying, okay, enough fooling around, I'm taking over now.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
You got to love Gordon.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew. Have a wonderful evening.
HBK, yeah, you know how we
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Utah, downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, the home of the Jazz, Energy Solutions Arena. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against Sacramento.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing.
Rodney Hood, and it's Clutch in for Trey Burke. Then for the Warriors, Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green, and it's Iguodala in for Barnes. And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Ezeli is out there with Maurice Spates, and it's Iguodala in at the 3 slot.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning, just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Utah shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Free throw good, Burks.
Boy, for Alec Burks, he really started to put it all together in his 3rd season. He doubled his scoring average, shooting percentage was up. Then last season, a strong start, but a shoulder injury cut short what I thought was going to be his best season yet.
Max checked in for the Jazz. Livingston kicks to Thompson to the left side wing. Spates sets a screen. Iguodala outside. Here's Livingston, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And back to Alec Burks, a guy who entered the league with raw talent, but once the light went on, Greg, he showed the ability to help his team in a number of ways.
Yeah, he's going to be the prototype in terms of a two-way player. He's a guy who can not only score it for you, but he'll rebound and defend it. But what impressed me last season is he averaged 3 assists a game, really looked to make plays for his teammates.
Thompson, that drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Thompson's got 5 points so far. Jazz trail by 5. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, Steve Kerr gave me a few moments to catch up with him. With this being their first meeting of the year, he stressed to his team to rely on their instincts on the offensive end, saying, "We do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses and not forcing anything. As long as we can continue doing that here, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if that holds true, guys."
And thanks as always, Doris. And guys, the emphasis on quality shooting, getting those chances identified by their coach is a key for them.
I think that means they must work as a complete unit out there, cooperate, sharing the ball, and try to limit the one-on-one play.
And if they can do that, they will have success shooting the basketball. I think it's guaranteed.
Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Festus Ezeli. Green comes in for Maurice Spates. Barnes is checked in for Andre Iguodala. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Curry in at the point guard.